So the under-17 and under-20 women, I hate to say it, but there is a firm favourite, and the question is, can anyone get near Innes Fitzgerald? She's won this event multiple of times over the years. Not only that, she's won the European Cross Country multiple times over the years as well. She's a 2 times European under-20 champion. And this is the start of her cross-country campaign, so let's see how she's moving, coming off the back of what was a very, very busy summer. There are others in this race. Millie Gold, Zoe Gilberty, Lizzie Holt, all wants to watch as well. The under-15 women, under-17, under-20 women, I do apologise, are off and away here in Cardiff. They hammer out towards that first turn, looking for the likes of Fitzgerald in there. Millie Gold, the Swansea Harrier, 2025 European Under-23 3,000 metre steeplechase finalist. 10:21 over the 3K steeplechase. And there she is. We can spot that stride a mile off, can't we? Innes Fitzgerald. Isla McGowan in there, the Banbury Harrier as well. She had a great season last year, didn't she? I mean, the depth in the under-17, under-20 women is just absolutely staggering. I mean, that team to make Liverpool in 2 weeks' time is an under-20. Frightening how good you have to be. And as I was mentioning in those junior races, it's the depth that has just increased drastically over the last few years across all age groups. Those at the top are kind of running the same sort of times, putting out the same sort of performances they've always done. You know, we've seen phenoms before, but you know, those behind are just getting closer and closer. And instead of there just being 1 or 2 within sort of, you know, 10-15 seconds of Fitzgerald in a cross country, there is 10, 20 of them. But already talking of winning margins, this is a big margin already from Fitzgerald. We know how she likes to run, hard from the gun. It's as simple as that, isn't it? She wants to break everyone around her as quick as possible, and my goodness me. And I think there becomes a point when you get so good that the others expect you to run away. And there were once upon a time athletes would try and go with Fitzgerald. They've learned their lesson. They're not even entertaining the idea of going with her now, and they're much more focused on their race as well. So you can see Isla McGowan there in that group. Like I said, Millie Gold mentioned her. Zoe Gilberty, by the way, Telford AC athlete, just looking out for that bright coloured vest that they have. 12th at the European under 23,000 metre championships last summer. Potentially Evie Powell of Abingdon in there. Aldershot Farnham, a district vest as well. Lizzie Holt, the Blackburn Harrier, national cross country champion in 2025, coached by Andy Henderson, doing a fine job representing England. Just a couple of weeks back, second place over in Belgium on the international cross country circuit. And this is what I'm talking about, big pack. Lizzie Wellstead in there. I mean, she's a phenomenal 16 flat 5K runner. So a lot of these women in this under-17, under-20s are actually at the upper end of that under-20 age group. You would expect that, I guess. But a lot of them looking to cap off their junior campaign on the cross-country with a GB vest in 2 weeks' time. And a lot of them have already represented their country. Look at the margin, Fitzgerald. I mean 3 minutes or so into the race, a kilometre into the race, and this is a massive margin from Fitzgerald. But it was a golfing class, and you know, to give you a bit of context, he's got a minute and a half really on the next best person over 5,000 metres in this race. And she is in a league of her own in that way. Good to see City York athlete in there as well. There's McGowan. She's always been featuring McGowan. Fine winter last year. Started to show real promise over the 1500 as well. It's great to see her sort of get that 1500 time down, work that down a bit. Because you often look at athletes, don't you, and what could be the limiting factor of their development, especially as they're still just under 17s, under 20s, is that 1500. And if they can't get that down to in the realms of sort of under 420, you do worry what they could do over 5K. So one very, very small lap for these women, which is about 1,250 meters. So literally as they're crossing the finish line gantry or just peeling off, taking that right-hand turn, it's about 1,200 meters into the race. You can see, give a little bit of context, 4.5 minutes in, and they are just streaming around there. Looking to just work their way up. There's many athletes for the Gwent League. So there's that Lizzie Worlstead, you can see, started to feature. That's Izzy Holt, Blackburn Harrier as well. We've got the two Forrest sisters, Olivia Forrest, Isabel Forrest, Brentwood Beagles. We saw Kindler take the victory, didn't we, a little bit earlier on. Bryony Boyce, one of Cardiff AC's leading runners, also just taking that turn. So there we are in Fitzgerald. Just sit back, enjoy. As Fitzgerald just continues to impress. Now they're set off for a slightly larger lap, and I'm sure Fitzgerald will welcome the twists and the turns and the hills, something to just keep her mind occupied a little bit more as she just works her way round this course in phenomenal fashion. There's Beth Lewis, by the way, an under-17 City of York athlete, enjoying herself out here. It is soft underfoot. Like I said, these images are a little bit deceiving. Yes, the sun is shining, glorious warm temperatures. It's up near 16, 17, 18 degrees even. It is warm to be racing cross country. You don't expect it in November. But this part of the course is a little boggy over there. And of course, it's the part of the course which is always run. Every single race hammers down that back straight. So that is Beth Lewis. Bit of a breakout performance for her, that's for sure. Did have a good year last year, make no mistake. 9th at the English Schools Cross Country Championships, 6th at the Inter-Counties, 4th at the Northern Counties, but might not have expected to be second behind Innes Fitzgerald here today, especially when those behind her, you're looking at girls who have run slow 16 minutes, in that region of 16 minutes for 5K. And you look at someone like Lewis, lifetime best over the 3,000, 9:41, 1,500 lifetime best, 4:35. And that's why we love not just the Cardiff Cross, but Liverpool in general, and that opportunity that the European trials provide for a lot of athletes. It's realistic. It's realistic to look at the European trials, an under 17 or an under 20, and go, I think I can make that team. You always go into Liverpool and there's 30 girls there who think they can make the team, which is great. It makes for competitive racing. Fitzgerald just destroying them. Well, I hope she had a little bit of a rest after the World Championships. I'm sure she did. And she just builds steadily towards defending her European cross-country title. Was that a smile? I doubt it was a grimace. Sun now shining on her back. She does enjoy this course. So still Lewis in second, and that pack behind, we're starting to see the likes of Lizzie Holt in there. Lizzie Worlstead is in there. Both Holt and Worlstead training together up in Leeds under the guidance of Andrew Henderson. I have been told, by the way, Isla McGowan in that pack, we'd maybe expect. We're told, by the way, we're not going to see Kate Axford in the senior race. Fine run at Mansfield last week, perhaps realising she's sharp enough and just needs to get a little bit more work in ahead of that European Cross Country Championships. Imogen Gray of Team Bath is also in that leading pack. So Fitzgerald taking the log jump. Cameras are out. Got a gap, choosing the lowest part of the log jump. Fair play, why wouldn't you? Let's see what happens with this chasing pack. This is going to be interesting as they head out on the lonely open field. Just 4.5 kilometers. I mean, this is a cross-country distance which is less than Fitzgerald runs on the track competitively at a world level. So That is why she will not fear this distance. Well, Beth Lewis having the run of her life. Credit to her, the under-17 from the city of York. Look at the gap she's put on those behind her. The likes of Wellstead, McGowan, these are athletes who have represented Great Britain and Northern Ireland on a couple of occasions. Holt there in that chase back. I think there's a little bit of cat and mouse. There's a little bit of those girls just looking at one another. They don't want to get beat by one another 2 weeks out from Liverpool. And the reason for that, what can it do for your confidence, everything like that? I don't think you ought to worry about that, really. You've got to take a few risks today. You've got to find a few things out about yourself as a runner so that you know what you sort of can and can't do. You know what your strategy is going into that European trial. I wouldn't want to be too cagey today. And do you know who's someone who's not being cagey? And that's Fitzgerald. Have we ever seen her be cagey? So continues to just streak clear. She'll be in that flow state, heading back towards the crowd. Is going to glance her shoulder a little, but she'll want to know how much she's got on those behind her, just whether she can take a little bit of a breather. An athlete like Fitzgerald will be deep in a training block, might not have even tapered down much for this one, still just developing her fitness over the next few weeks. And we'll keep an eye on that winning margin. I think a couple of years ago, Megan Keith won by 50-odd seconds here. It was just staggering. But Beth Lewis doing a fine job. Still there in second place. And you know what? The longer this race goes on, the more confident she's going to get in holding on to second place. There's some good prize money up for these under-20s as well, just to give them a little bit more incentive out there. Sports shoes are putting on offer. Not a prize money, but the fact it's a World Tour event, they also have to. So Beth Lewis could be working her way towards £70. Looks like Team Bath athlete, that Imogen Gray, just moving past that St Albans vest. Sophie Jacobs, I believe it might be. So Fitzgerald, 14:39 over 5,000. She went to Tokyo representing Great Britain and Northern Ireland, third at the Stockholm Diamond League this summer. She's going to add another victory, I have no doubt about it, here at the Cardiff Cross Country to kick off her winter campaign. And still, Lewis is not on the other side. Fitzgerald will have another little look to her left, won't she, as she heads down towards that finish line. What, 500-600 meters to run? Going to be around about 14 minutes. Coming through, nice little slight downhill, one of the drier sections of the course. And do get familiar with this part of the course, because this is where those relays coming up next, I say relays, that short course trial coming up next will feature. They will come down under that sports shoes gantry, and it will be a long, fast, straight line before they hit a couple U-turns going into the tree line. But I'm sure Fitzgerald will be getting a lot of love, a lot of support out on the course. Many of her would have taken inspiration from her performances this summer. Gavin and Joe Pavey continuing to develop this athlete year after year. And I reckon there would have been a few who would have had their doubts. Lewis negotiating that lock very comfortably. Wellstead looks like she's now the one giving chase to try and work back to Lewis. Lewis has gone the wrong way. Oh no! Lewis goes the wrong way, just completely in the zone. You really do probably need a marshal on that point of the course. And Wellstead and Holt, the two training partners from Leeds, their eyes would have lit up. Second place is in front of them. They can hunt down the young under-17. Oh, it's not what you like to see, is it? Because she had a decent margin, and you'd back her to have held on at that point in the race. Meanwhile, Fitzgerald takes that sweeping U-turn, which is going to be decisive in these short course races up next. You take a bad line there, your race could be over. This race was over pretty much in the first straight. No disrespect to those behind her, but Fitzgerald really has dominated. She's a class apart. We knew that already. And to be honest, it's just a pleasure to see her shaping up well ahead of the European Cross Country Championships. Anything can happen in this sport. But one would say that gold medal come the Europeans is most likely going to be Fitzgerald's, isn't it? So here she is, Innes Fitzgerald, ladies and gentlemen, Cardiff Cross Country Challenge champion once again, year after year after year, making a habit of winning here in the Welsh capital. Well, look at this then, battle, Lewis, Holt, she went the wrong way, she's still going to hold on, we'd love her to still take second, just the under 17 from the city of York. What, 100 metres to go, has she got it on the downhill? She had a decent margin on Holt and Wellstead in behind her for a large part of this race. She was the only one brave enough to get after Fitzgerald in the way she did. Early on as well, she was on her own, and do you know what, Lewis? She wasn't going to be beaten by anyone else today. Look at this sprint finish. She wanted it more. Beth Lewis, the city of York, breakout performance from her, and she is going to take second place here. And Lizzie Holt, your national cross-country champion in 2025, will take third, and that's a big scalp for Lewis. Wellstead, great run from her as she builds towards Liverpool in fourth. And so we've got a mix of under 17s, under 20s. Sophie Jacobs, St Albans, coming across the line now. Is it Imogen Gray of Bath as well? Isla McGowan just checking her shoulder. Oh, and we're going to see all of these ladies go at it again in just 2 weeks' time. This is well, they'll get a good match on each other. So this is the under 17 and under 20 women. Their race coming to an end.
Hey, I'm Innes Fitzgerald, and you need to go and sign up to European Athletics YouTube.